Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be looking at variables. If you're new to my channel, kindly subscribe and leave a thumbs up. Thank you. So if you have a page open like this in Figma, to access the variables you will have to click on an empty screen and then select the local variable. So once you select the local variable, you get this screen popped up, and then we can create a collection for our variables. So I can even rename my collections here. So here I can say orders. So inside this we can create our first variable using this option. So I'm going to click on create variable, and we have different types of variable here. We have a variable that can store colors, this can store numbers, this can store string and boolean. So we're going to start with colors. So here, let's say I have in my project, I can have my let's say dark here, dark. So here I can save the value 1C 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 here. That is my first variable. So whenever I want to call this 1C 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 in my project, I will refer to this variable dark. So let's go ahead and create another type of variable. So this time I'm creating a number. So here this will be price, and at this point I will say the price of whatever I'm buying is $200. That's so whenever I want to call in this 200 on my application, I will just call the word price. Remember, we say variables are just containers that holds value. So let's do that for the next one, string here. So I will say name here, and the name value here will be John Doe here. So whenever I want John Doe, I will just call in this variable name. So the next thing I want to do is click on create variable boolean here. So here is married here. So we can set that to either true or false for the boolean. So you see, if I do this, this is true. If I leave this, let's say is married, is false. So now I can close this. I've created the 4 types of variables we have. So now I can now close this here. So we're going to look at how to apply this in our project. So let's say I'm creating a frame here. I have a frame. So doing this now, we want to apply the color variable I created. So now I'm going to select this here. Once you select this, you see I have the dark color that I've created here. So now I can select that here. It means I've applied my first variable. And let's say I'm clicking on this again to create another small frame. I just want to make a point, another small frame. So I'll click on this and apply the same dark. So what if in the future they change this color? Let's say the primary color or the dark color has been changed to another black color. So now I can come in here easily. Now we can click outside here and select the variable. So for this dark, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the value here. Let's say to something a bit this right now. You'll see changing this value will change the color of the 2 items here, as you can see. So let's make that a bit red. So instead of changing them individually, we change the color of the variable, and then we can have that reflected on all our project. So imagine you have hundreds of screens here. So changing the value here is going to affect all the screens. You don't have to start going one after the other. So now here, let's say we have this again, a text here. So let's say this is okay, let's use 900 here for the price. So let's say here I have price, then I have 900, which is somewhere here. Now I want to apply the price value, which is 200. So to do that, I'm going to select this here. So now if I select this item here, so now to apply this, I'm going to select 900. So how can I apply this variable? I'll scroll down here to text. So at the side here, you're going to see apply variable. So I'm going to select this and then apply the variable price for this. You'll see the moment I change the price, we now have 200. What if in the project we changed the price to maybe 400, 500? And then we have the price on 100 screens. So let's say I duplicate this and then we have this here. And let's try to apply the same price. Okay, it's still the same price here. So if I change the value, all I need to come in here is to come to the variable, select this. So let me zoom in so that we can see how the price changes on the screens. So if I'm changing this to 400 and I press enter, you see we have that changed everywhere. I can close that. So the next one here we want to apply here is the string. So let's say we are having name here, name. So now here I'm going to do this, duplicate this, and then I'm going to apply the variable for this. Let's say here by default here we'll say this is Jane. Sorry. So now to apply the variable, I'll come in here and select this apply variable here, then the name here. So the moment I add that, we have the name changed to John Doe, and we can change that in the project. So the next thing I want us to apply is the boolean. So the best way to apply the boolean is maybe on a conditional statement, or if we want to apply visibility of an item. Let's use an angle, a rectangle here, this white here. So now for us to maintain the boolean value, if it is true, we want this to be displayed. If it is false, we want this to be hidden. So I will come to the eye icon here. Please don't click on this. You can right click on this. Once you right click, I'm going to select the is married here. And you know, by default, this is set to false. So I'm going to select this. So you see, the moment I do that, this disappears. So, but let's try and change the value of is married. Click outside and then select this. So we want to change the value of is married to true. You see, we have this right here. So this is the basic introduction on variables. Please, if you're new to my channel, kindly subscribe and keep in touch, because we're going to be releasing the advanced use of variables.